I think midstream is one of those question marks in Appalachia. There's political risk when you talk about midstream. And so, how have you guys viewed Appalachia from that lens? And I think you're competing with Haynesville on the Gulf Coast LNG side, but LNG the supply from the U.S. has continued to increase. And you look at Europe right now, and really the gas crisis that they're going through, and how prices have skyrocketed. It paints a great picture for long term for the U.S. right now and how they're positioned. So how do you kind of look at midstream, LNG, how all the demand, and then the geopolitical and the U.S. political layering on top of that?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm very bullish on North American natural gas because of the LNG demand side of things, and kind of the ESG risk premium that has been put into play, you know, with people not wanting or willing to invest in drilling of hydrocarbons anymore. So you've seen this kind of drain of capital that is coincided with a significant increase in demand that is only going to, you know, probably increase in the near future. And, you know, unfortunately for Appalachia, we still have to factor in the political risk of putting in new pipelines, which means we basically have to factor in a differential into our cash price for the foreseeable future, because there's not going to be any major pipelines built, even though we still need more. So you're always going to have this kind of bumping up against the, you know, max takeaway capacity out of the basin. So that's going to limit, you know, your or factor into your economics. But that's again where if you're going to be a really good mineral buyer in Appalachia, you have to know which operators have what FT contracts and what kind of costs do they pass along to royalty owners. And that's kind of where our database, again, you know, we own minerals under every operator up there and pretty much all of their different pricing zones. So, you know, there's certain areas up there where operator A and operator B have units that are touching each other, but operator A pays a price that's Henry Hub less 5 cents. Operator B pays you Henry Hub on average less $1.50, and their gas is going in the same place. And it's just because operator A has much more favorable FT contracts and believes in not charging the mineral owner for that transportation, whereas operator B doesn't have favorable transportation costs and feels like passing along everything to a royalty owner. And if you don't know that, I mean, it's your reserves are the exact same for a given well, and it's like if you can't factor that in your economics, you can, you know, either severely overpay for operator B or never be competitive when you're trying to buy operator A. And you know, we constantly update our pricing kind of projections based on geopolitical type risk associated with our pipelines getting built. You know, what are operators doing? What's overall production going to be out of the basin? Because, you know, with the elasticity of natural gas in the basin, it's, you know, the minute you get 1 MCF above what local demand and takeaway capacity is, prices just crater. And, you know, you just have to be always cognizant of that.